All right, and welcome to video 2. And we're going to pick up exactly where we left off and start with the first type of a Facebook ad, which is send people to your website, otherwise known as clicks to website ad. And what we're going to do is we're going to pretend we want to send them to Google. We're going to skip this conversion pixel and we're going to click continue, and we're going to see what happens next. It asks you for your campaign name. Now, if you're not familiar with Facebook, there's really 3 layers that, or let's call them folders and subfolders, that they want you to kind of run or organize your ads. The main one is the campaign name, and the second one is going to be the ad set, and the third one is going to be the ad. Now, without getting too confused about it, think about it like this. Think about them like folders. So the main folder is going to be the campaign name. And inside that folder, you're going to keep all kinds of subfolders that have to do with a niche, right? So let's say the niche was fishing. So your campaign name would be fishing. And then your ad sets are going to be kind of like subfolders, ads about what are you doing. So let's say you're selling fishing rods. So the ad set could be named fishing rods. Then you're going to have an ad set about fishing tackles, and so on and so forth. And then you have the third layer, which is the ad itself, which you can name if you want in the same way as your ad set. But if you really start targeting and split testing, you're going to have different ads inside an ad set. Now, if that sounds confusing right now, it'll get much more clear once we're done, once we go through the process. But to give you an example, let's say you're selling fishing rods to guys only, and another ad to women only. For whatever reason, you decided to do it like that. So your ad set could still be fishing rods, but your ad 1 is going to be for men, and your ad 2 is going to be for women. So again, the main campaign name folder is fishing. The ad set is fishing rod, and the ads, for example, could be for guys and for girls. So that's how you kind of think about it. So you name these things any way that you want. And we don't have anything yet. I haven't thought about anything yet, what we're going to work with. So let's just run with a test campaign name. It really doesn't matter right now. The next thing you're going to do or see is custom audience. Now, if you have and work with custom audiences, which we're not going to cover in this module at all, then this is where you would put it in. But since, again, we're not covering this here, I'm just going to skip this box. The next is the location, which either is a whole country, a town, a city, a zip code, anything you want it to be. Again, we'll cover this in more detail later, but for now, we'll leave it as all United States. The next is age, and you get to choose which age you want to target. Then we have gender. Then we have languages, which we almost always leave alone. We have more demographics here in many different ways. We have interests, which we're going to be using a lot. Behaviors, which we're also going to be using. And then you have your budget and how much you want to spend and all that good stuff. And essentially choosing what kind of an ad you want to run. So again, with the clicks to website, you essentially want to select your location, your age, your gender, any particular interests or behaviors you want to target, the money that you're going to be spending per day or per lifetime of the ad. You're going to schedule it immediately or set a start and end date. You're going to optimize for clicks to website, or you can optimize for clicks, daily unique reach, or impressions. We typically, again, use every single ad as it's supposed to be kind of served as default. So if this is a clicks to website ad, we optimize for clicks to website. It's best, in my experience, to optimize things for the exact type of the ad that you're running. So essentially, this you're going to leave alone. And we're going to move on here. We're going to name the ad set, for example, testing. What do we say? Campaign name. Test campaign name. So this is going to be test ad set name. And this is going to get more clear once we actually select a niche, which we're going to do very soon. I just wanted you to see the inside of the ad campaign type. The ad type that we're going to be using and in the future. So basically, then you're going to select either to use a single image or multiple images, and then we're going to select, again, if we're going to use what kind of images we're going to use regardless of what kind of ad we choose, because we still need the images. And then we're going to choose what kind of ad we want to run, and some things over here as well to be filled out, because that's going to be all around the ad itself. For example, we're going to choose the page that we want, let's say dog lovers, and this is going to be the page where we're going to connect the ad to. We're going to write a headline, for example, dog lovers unite, this is for you. We're going to type in the text, which is going to tell them what this whole thing is all about. We're going to choose a call to action. Basically, hey, shop now, book now, learn, sign up, download. And then we have these advanced options, which we're not going to touch as of yet. And of course, we're going to choose what kind of an ad we have, and then basically place this ad. Essentially, both of these clicks to website and the increased conversions to your website are the same, because they are very similar in the way that they're structured. The difference is really the way that you use the pixels in these two ad types. The inside of the ad creation is always going to be the same, regardless of whether you use the boost to your post, or the clicks to website, or the conversions to your website. So basically, this whole part is going to be the same, because that's the way that Facebook basically collects the data from you, which who you're targeting, which segment of the population, and on and on. So this part is always going to be the same. That's why I really wanted you to see it, at least in an overview fashion. All right, so this is essentially how we are going to be running and play. This is the playground where we're going to be spending a lot of time and targeting the people that we want to target. So with that said, I really want to select a niche with you right now and start using the information of that niche to start helping you build this whole campaign sort of from scratch. So while we have covered or going to cover 7 points, what I really want to do is essentially walk you through all of them in a way that would be essentially reverse engineering the whole successful campaign. So we're going to kind of work backwards. We're going to first select what we're going to sell. We're then going to build up to that point in terms of targeting, selecting the page, creating a Facebook page, selecting an ad if we need to, and all that stuff. So without further ado, let's actually jump in the trusted watch count. If you remember, we covered that substantially in the previous modules. Watchcount.com. This is a really good place to start, because it allows us to really find something right off the bat. If we have no idea what to look for, we could just select a category. If not, we could click this button, show me what's most popular, and it's going to generate some results. But you know what? Let's go for something fairly straightforward. Let's say dogs. This is a fairly, it should give us good results, and it should give us a really nice head start, because that's a general word. And here's the thing before we move on. You want to start broad. That is, if you have no idea what you'd like to potentially sell. You want to start broad, and then from there, you're going to splinter off more and more pieces in order to go into a much more specific sub-niche or sub-target of the population, okay? So we're going to be as broad as possible, and that's dogs. And let's see, this looks pretty good. The top one, this looks pretty good. We have over 9,000 sold. We have the most watchers. The product is $4.99, so that's great. Free shipping, fantastic. So if we double the price, we're at $9.99, which is still a low price, something that people can easily buy without thinking too long, because it's a very low priced product. And so this looks pretty good, I gotta say. We got kind of lucky, because this is the first product that we see, and it looks pretty good. So let's actually jump inside eBay and look into what this product is all about. All right, now if you remember using all the tools that we used before, we're gonna really quickly go over them really quick again, just so we can see why this product is or isn't good. So this is a hot product, 3 sold in the last hour, more than 10 available, over 9,000 sold in total, a lot of feedbacks, pretty good positive feedback, very cheap, free shipping, New York or US to be, a little bit more broad location in terms of where it is and where it says free delivery in 4 days. I mean, it's perfect. It's absolutely great. It's a broad enough product where basically we can do many, many things. So far, the logistics look really good. Now we have to start using sort of, we have to think a little bit. Now, this is a dog product. And going back to Facebook and going back to, for a second, and going back to the targeting aspect, let's actually talk about something that's very, very important and probably one of the biggest reasons why people fail in Facebook targeting. Now, even though this is a dog product, we're not going to be selling it as a dog product. Well, at this point, you may say, well, what do you mean? This is a dog product. We have to sell it as a dog product. Well, yes, we will be selling it as a dog product, but we're not going to be targeting people who own or love dogs. That's too broad. You're not going to have a very high success rate if you're going to go after such a large audience as dog lovers. Okay? So what you want to do is essentially splinter off and start working deeper and more targeted. And what I mean by that is you want to start targeting, or that's exactly what we're going to do actually. We're going to be targeting breeds. So, for example, we're going to look for a breed that matches this product's description, and we're going to target the owners and the lovers of that particular breed. And if that's going to work for us, we have a fantastic product and a moneymaker, because in just a matter of minutes, we'll be able to duplicate the exact same process for a different breed that matches the criteria. And all of a sudden, with the same exact product, we will have 2, 3, 4, 5 different products or 5 different pages where the exact same product is being sold to that particular breed. And we don't have to look for a new supplier for those products. We just simply prove the concept with one breed and then scale up with our earnings 2, 3, 4, 5 times as far as we want to go with every single breed. And that is exactly how you guys need to think and when choosing a product. This is why this product is such a great starting point, because it's a dog product that can be splintered off to many different breeds. It's a very cheap product. And if we're going to go look into the sold, hopefully we will see a ton being sold every single day because this is such a cheap product. And that's really going to give us yet another reason why we're going to start with this product, because, and yeah, it's exactly what's happening. Perfect. See, this is all April 16th, all of it. And maybe, let's see, can we go to page 2 here? I guess it's not letting me see page 2. This page shows on the last transactions, last 100 transactions. So you can be sure that the last 100 transactions, maybe more, were done on April 16th. Okay, so basically, this is quite a good sign. Everything is kind of lining up for what we're looking for. So now that we have a product, all we need to do is now look for an edge. Now, a couple of things that I want to do. This product is being sold for $4.99. So typically, we double the price and sell it for, let's say, $9.99, right? So now you're going to say, well, how is anybody going to buy this from you when this is half the price on eBay? Well, the answer to that is very, very simple. It's multifold. One, when you offer your ad and your product on Facebook, you're essentially putting that Facebook right under, putting that product right under their mouse. And with a click of a button, they're going to basically be able to purchase it if they like the product. They're not going to go ahead and shop around and leave Facebook and try this and go to this store and go to that store just to price shop it and see if they can get a better deal, for several reasons. A, it's not worth their time. It's a low price purchase. And B, people are typically not exactly price savvy, or they're deal savvy. They don't typically go around looking for best deal if something really lands on their lap, so to speak, even if it's more expensive. We subconsciously basically cherish our time and don't want to go around looking for a deal if it's not that expensive. Now, if you're looking for maybe a house, a car, or anything that's more expensive, you will shop around, because now that time is worth the savings. So that's why we were typically looking for a low priced item to begin with. Another thing that we want to do is go to places like Amazon and see if anybody's selling this product on Amazon, and if that product is being sold for, say, $9.99 or somewhere in that ballpark. Because if that's the case, then we know there's a market, and we have absolutely proven the concept. Oh, there you go. Well, we have the 712 by Prime, which is already higher than the $4.99. We have 1450 and only 3 left in stock. We have the $9.50 for the same product. So this tells me immediately, the $9.89, that we can easily start with the $9.99 and even probably push it to maybe $12.95 or something of that nature and still be okay. We're going to be starting with $9.99 because this gives me a really good kind of pricing of the market. People are obviously willing to pay these prices, so that's great. So now we have almost a proof of concept without even starting with this product yet. Another thing we're going to do is, again, look for an edge. So what is it that can make us stand out? Well, number one, as I mentioned to you, we're not going to be selling it to dog lovers. We're going to be selling it to specific breed lovers. So one thing we should do is look inside the description to see what is it that stands out and allows us to really target these breeds, because there are many breeds. How do we choose and pick which ones to go for? Well, the first thing that stands out, and probably the only thing that we really need, is that this leash is for dogs of 30 pounds and over. So immediately what I want to do is go to Google and say one thing. What are the most popular dog breeds? There you go. I guess a lot of people are searching for this phrase. And then we have the top however many you want. So the first, it seems, because the Google lists them in that order exactly, is the Labrador Retriever. And then we have the Golden Retriever, the German Shepherd, and so on. So now that we have this information, let's actually take one more step and see what we can do to find the best possible dog for what it is that we're trying to do. Now, we just saw the Labrador Retriever being the number one dog, but if you know anything about dogs, and I know very little, you also know that the Labrador Retriever is a little bit more of a calm and peaceful dog, where somebody like a Pit Bull, for example, is a more aggressive dog. So before we actually move on to that next step, let's actually just, reconfirm. We all know about this, but let's just confirm the weight of the Pit Bull is 35 to 65 pounds. So last time I checked, the 35 to 65 pounds is larger than the 30 pounds that we were seeing in the description of that item. And this is more of an aggressive dog. So given the fact that Pit Bulls are also more aggressive dogs, it's probably harder to train them, for the owners to train them. And it's probably likely that these dogs, when they're taken outside, pull constantly, and they're pretty substantially large dogs. So I am guessing the owners would be more than happy to have the opportunity to not have that happen. So this is panning out to be quite a product based on everything that we've been taught and teaching and learning so far of how to find a good product, how to splinter off, and how to use it in the future Facebook ads in terms of targeting. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to create a page for this product, just like we were learning before, using that theme that I spoke to you about before. We're going to create a Facebook ad, and we're going to offer them this specific product at anywhere between $9.99 to $12.95. We'll decide as we go along, and essentially try to see how it goes. If it's going to be a hit, if for some reason the $9.99, for example, is a fantastic price and we're going to be selling them, left and right, then all we have to do is repeat the process for the Golden Retriever, the German Shepherd, the Bulldog, the Poodle, and so on and so forth. You probably can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, assuming all these, not sure about this one and this one, but assuming all these are above 30 pounds, you can probably do 10 different pages, 10 different ads, and multiply the $5 profit by 10 and each sale. So if you have 10 sales only a day this person has shown you that they have over 100 sales a day. But if you only get 10 sales, which means one sale from each breed, that's 10 sales a day at $5 profit, that's $50 profit a day. If you happen to have only 2 sales a day, that's 20 sales times $5, that's $100 a day. Now you are in a $3,000 month area in terms of profit by doing absolutely nothing except putting these ads up, selling the product, and going over to this eBay seller and saying basically ship that product over to my buyers. Now, obviously, if this guy is selling over 100 a day, selling 1, 2, or even 5 a day for each breed should be no problem whatsoever. And if you happen to sell 5 a day for each breed, that's about 50 a day. And at $5 profit, that's $250 a day in profit. And $250 multiplied by 30 days, because remember, we can do this 30 days a month. This is not a working week where we work, let's say, Monday through Friday. There's no need when all it takes is about 5 minutes to set this up. So basically, $250 times 30 gives us $7,500 passive income by simply spending 15 minutes on the website, finding the product, and spending another 15 putting up a page, and spending another 15 putting up an ad. And you're in a ballpark of $7,500 a month, which if you keep doing for a year, for example, you are earning $90,000 with somebody else's product and spending maybe an hour one time and then kind of looking over it and making sure it runs smoothly, right? Not a bad deal. And that's exactly what we're going to be working with, this specific product. And in the next video, we're going to take this information and we're going to start using it inside our Facebook ads by starting to use the Facebook Audience Insight tool that will allow us to get an idea who exactly we should target and which interests or keywords we should use. So I hope this is interesting, and I hope you're all excited, because as you could see, this is very cool stuff, and we're about to dive into the Facebook ads that's going to lead the traffic that we want for the customers of purchasing this product for you, and you will be able to, of course, generate as much money as you decide, because it's really up to you how many breeds you really go for. And remember, this is only one product that we're just going to duplicate over and over. How amazing is that, right? What if you spend not 1 hour, but say 3 to 4 hours once and find, more than one product? My point is, there's no limit to how much you can make with the e-commerce arbitrage. And it's really up to you, up to how much time you want to spend, and up to your imagination in terms of how far you want to take this. But it does work, guys, and it works phenomenally well. So I hope you're with me here. I hope you're excited. In the next video, we'll jump into the Facebook advertising audience insights. See you there.